Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another morning ramble. And I was thinking today about an idea I think I first came across from a man named Robert Dilts, who is one of my early teachers in NLP decades ago now. And he talked about approaching life like an alien named Nurk Nurk. Why the alien was named Nurk Nurk, I don't remember. But the idea was to observe yourself, to observe people the way an alien who didn't understand what it was to be human might. I haven't thought about Nurk Nurk in years, but I used to love Nurk Nurking. Like I used to love sort of taking on that notion. And I was thinking about it today, and I realized that if Nurk Nurk took over my body, right, and took over my brain and basically got a chance to experience what it was to be me, what would Nurk Nurk make of it? And I realized that Nurk Nurk, I'm talking about this like this is a real thing, I do get it, that Nurk Nurk would probably be less interested in finding the answers to questions by reading the manual for human beings, than experimenting with the actual human and seeing what it can do. And it just got me thinking, if life was about experiments, not answers, if the questions that we have about ourselves and about what's possible, if we answered them experientially instead of intellectually, how much more would we see? And an analogy that one of my friends shared with me for that is it's like when you get a new phone, and now phones are a little more standardized, so we're less like this, but I certainly remember when I got my first iPhone, I downloaded so many apps. I actually probably still have hundreds of apps on the phone I've never even tried that just sounded interesting and I never got round to. And it would be like going through and seeing what other apps you've got loaded and what else, ooh, how does this app work? How does this app work? How does this work? How does this being in love app work? Like, what is it to be in love? What happens if I turn the judgment filter off? What does that do to my photographs and experiences? What if I turn the fear filter off? Does that make things better or worse? Maybe there's a setting that a slider I can play with, right? How much love and presence can I stand before my head explodes? And there's just something really fun for me about that. So I thought I'd share, and I'd invite you to share. If you were going to Nurk yourself, sounds wrong, but you know what I mean now. If you were going to try out something, if you were going to take one of your life questions and instead of looking for the answers from a teacher or book or somewhere outside you, you were just going to experiment for yourself, what would your first experiment be in being human? And I'd love it if you'd share your experiments in the space below. Have fun, learn heaps, and I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye for now.